necessary. Right now, I'm going to ask you to unmute. It's all yours, brother.
All right. Thank you. I'm an addict. My name is Raymond. Thank you very much, Hollywood, for the invitation. I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna talk on the Just for Today self-acceptance. That's cool. Just real quick. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised, and I used drugs from a little boy. Culturally speaking, started drinking, then turned to something. One thing turned to another, and I crossed that invisible line that once a cucumber becomes a pickle, you can never be a cucumber again. And the party was over. The music stopped playing, but I kept dancing. And it was no more fun. It was suffering. It was marching, breaking everybody's heart, embarrassing my family, terrorizing my neighborhood. I'm a drug addict. I came to NA for drugs. I didn't know about the disease of addiction. I knew that I was a dirty, filthy drug addict. I couldn't stop using drugs. Drugs was ravaging my life. The obsession to use drugs was more important than, more powerful than the love, I have for my mother, the love I have for my children. I needed the next one. I tried everything and I couldn't stop. And NA was the last house on the block, and it changed my life. So I got clean. I was a teenager when I got clean. A week before my 18th birthday, I came back from my last relapse. And some of us get clean and we get more dangerous, right? So drugs was my solution. Drugs, I didn't know I had all these emotional issues and these mental issues and these spiritual issues. I was just driven by a powerful drive to use drugs. And so I got clean and I got real messed up. And it took me, I hit a couple of bottoms clean. There's a part in the self-acceptance pamphlet that says, I'll read it to you because I think if I read it to you, it's better than me just trying to quote it. It says, many of the problems we experience in ongoing recovery stem from an inability to accept ourselves on a deep level. We may not even realize this discomfort is a source of our problem because it's often manifested in other ways. We may find ourselves becoming irritable, judgmental, discontent, depressed, or confused. And I was all that and more. There's a couple of things that are not listed there that I was struggling with. And I didn't know that self-acceptance was a thing. Those words, we don't talk about self-acceptance where I come from. I had an ego that thought I was, I'm a gorilla, I'm a killer, I'm a gangster, Ray G from the group home. I'd rather be carried by 6 than judged by 12, and snitches get stitches, and I had all these crazy, the disease. And but being clean and staying clean for a while, ongoing recovery, I had a lot of issues, relationship problems and all types of stuff. So this today is just for today, and the self-acceptance pamphlet, I never felt a part of. I'm Puerto Rican. I never felt down with the Puerto Ricans. I'm from Brooklyn. I could be in a Brooklyn party. I never felt like I felt like an alien. I felt like I didn't fit nowhere, just nowhere, and I think the 4th step talks about that. It says that the way we felt about ourselves and the forces that drove us, right? That alienation, it even says it led us to take that first drug in the 4th step in the step working guide. And so I felt alienated. I never felt a connection with nobody. Nobody understood me. I didn't understand myself. I'm a self-sabotage guy. And I was bugged out. I was clean and I was crazy and I was losing my mind and I was having episodes at meetings and I was bugging out. And, I thought that once you put down the drugs, everything's going to be wonderful. And that's not the case. I put down the drugs and I lost my mind. I was emotionally overwhelmed. I couldn't deal with the feelings, the thoughts. This disease is cunning, baffling. You know the deal. So I do what most addicts do where I come from. I got a girl, I got 2 girls, I got got money, I got a gold chain, I got a pair of sneakers, I got a shirt. I started to try to fill the void with something from the outside. So, a new shirt ain't nothing new like a new thing. Ain't no thing like a new thing, they used to say. You know what I mean? A new pair of jeans, a new pair of shoes, a new jersey, anything, and I didn't understand that I was trying to overcompensate for this. And it says it says we may find ourselves trying to change environmental factors in an attempt to satisfy the inner knowing we felt. I got this inner discontent, this inner unsatisfaction. This addicts need more, different, and better, right? That's more different and better. So that's what we need always. I don't care how long you clean. The disease is going to fight for its life. It's always going to check in, see if you're ready to check out. And it might not just use drugs as the first, indecent proposal. It'll be a defect. It'll be your brand of insanity today. It'll be what can fill the void today. He, she, who's going to do it today? But being clean and making meetings and doing service and realizing that, drugs is just a symptom of the disease of addiction, and that, there's many other symptoms. And I didn't understand that. Self-acceptance, the triangle self-obsession, unresolved conflict, unresolved trauma. I never grieved anything. Just growing up in recovery, emotional recovery, spiritual recovery, going through the step work. And that's what I want to get to, that our solution in Narcotics Anonymous is the 12 steps. Right, that's our solution. I got outside help. I go worship God outside of NA. I do a lot of other things. I got coaches and mentors, and I pay professionals to help me. But in Narcotics Anonymous, I've never faced a problem that the 12 steps couldn't guide me through. You understand? And the 12 steps help me get all these other help that I got. But it is an inside help before I try to get outside help. You know what I mean? That was a big deal for me. Doing the work here and doing a 4th step and getting with a higher power, and understanding that my will always got me in trouble in the 3rd step. Right? My will sucks. I sounds great. I paint beautiful pictures. I got a fantasy, a movie in my mind. It never goes like it's planned. The disease is always, it's insidious. It's like the thief around the corner, waiting for me to turn the corner to snatch me up. And so I had to, in Narcotics Anonymous, if you want to experience recovery, Raymond, and not just mere abstinence, and abstinence, the 1st step introduces me to the problem. I got a dis-ease called addiction. It's threefold: physical, mental, spiritual. Right? The self-obsession is at the heart of my insanity, triangle of self-obsession, right? The self-acceptance is this inner knowing that I'm trying you to, can you validate me? Can you affirm me? Can you tell me that I'm handsome? Can you tell me that you love me? Can you tell me that I'm a great lover? Can you tell me I'm a great speaker? Can you tell me I'm a great sponsor? Can you tell me I make the best coffee? Just somebody validate me, because I can't accept myself. And so I'm looking for acceptance from unacceptable people all my life. Anybody, I don't care. I don't even gotta like her, as long as my homeboys think she's cute. You know what I mean? And so just going through this process of recovery and understanding your rate, you put down the drugs, which is and let me say this, I'm talking about recovery and spirituality and mature recovery and steps, but it all begins with abstinence, right? If all I got is abstinence, I'm winning. You know what I mean? Though, some days, all I got is my clean day. Some days I'm a stark raving lunatic. The literature says we can revert back to our worst character defects, right? And the 10th step says that nothing we have is permanent. You might be spiritually very high and you've grown so much, but it's not permanent. You got to continue to do what got you there if you want to continue to experience the results and the rewards of recovery. And so we got these issues, man, and there's no way around it. It says most people grow up and they find a higher power, and they know that, the addicts faults along the way. I need a person or thing to validate me, confirm me, make me feel good, and my needs become demands, and I push people away. And so I've learned some stuff being clean. I hit a lot of bottoms clean, but this piece on self-acceptance is powerful. You know what I mean? One of the parts I like about it, because I'm sure my time is gonna come and go, is that a spiritual understanding of self-acceptance. Spiritual to me is the most deepest, profound. You can't get much more than there's physical, there's mental, and there's emotional, and there's spiritual, right? The spiritual component is the most profound. It says in the pamphlet of self-acceptance that a spiritual understanding of self-acceptance is to know that we're going to make mistakes again and find ourselves in pain. That's very important. Not that you're going to be perfect, not that you're going to avoid every landmine, not that every decision is going to be wonderful. No. In fact, if for those who've been clean, I don't know what the clean time range is here, but for those who've done the work, it says that in the 2nd step in the step working guide, that as we live these principles in our lives for many years, right? As we live, not work, not right, as we live these spiritual principles in our lives for many years, right? Check out what the next part is. We discover how deep our insanity actually runs, right? So you think as I live these spiritual many, I'm gonna be perfect. I'm gonna have a halo. No, Papito, you're gonna find out how sick you really are. That this thing runs deeper. There's levels to this, relationally, financially, mentally. I got a disease, man, that doesn't stop. Every time I do a step, the disease does a step, and now it has more information to try to play me for a sucker. I don't know about you, but I got a disease that wants me to be parked on stupid and stuck on dumb, right? With many years clean. And so I got to learn how to let other people, and as part of this is, is knowing that, Ray, your best thinking, right? Because I got these old tapes can come, right? Old trauma can surface. I can be triggered. Grief can be triggered. You learn how to live. Everybody got to deal with this life stuff. Addicts, we want to run. I want to fix. And so the solution is the 12 steps and continue recovery, right? I've been clean. This month it'll be 31 years I'm clean, right? 31. I can't believe 31 years, but it took me 31 years to get 31 years. You know what I mean? It took me. It took me a long time to get to this place in my life. I still haven't learned how to shave yet, as you can see, right? I'm still growing up in this process, right? Everybody got something, and what happens is that as I learned to accept myself on a deeper level. I'm not as great as my ego wants me to think I am. I'm fantabulous, right? And I'm not as piece of garbage as my disease wants me to believe I am neither. Everybody got defects. We all struggle with something. Your thing might not be my thing. I like to judge you for your thing. I don't want to focus on my thing. Right? What you're doing is really bad. You shouldn't be doing that. How can you be in recovery? No, Papito, how can you do what you do? Right? Hocus pocus, keep the focus. Stop looking out the window so much and start looking in the mirror, right? And so I had to learn, man. I learned how to grow up in here. Had to learn. I got these attacks from the disease. The disease is an opportunist, right? My man was sharing at the meeting yesterday that if somebody doesn't like his post or his girl doesn't heart his post, and so he go, that's the kind of people we are. We're you didn't love my post, we're bugged out people. You know what I mean? And so but that's part of the process, embracing that I got a disease. It's not going nowhere. I got God. I got spirituality. I pray. I meditate. I read this morning. I read just for today. We have a new book that's coming out, a Spiritual Principles a Day book. I got the draft. I read that today. I read my spiritual stuff, my 11-step stuff. I listened to some nice spiritual music to get my mind focused. And the disease don't care. In the midst of that, disease can come and say, yo, what's going on? This is boring. You know what I mean? Let's do something exciting. Let's break the law or something. Some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? And so I gotta be careful, and I gotta be careful and think about what I think about. Check it out. I gotta be careful because everything starts with a thought. And I gotta think about these thoughts that come, and I gotta, do some 10-step work in a moment and be like, yo, that's a crazy where that thought came from. Is that spiritual thought? Is that going to lead me to a happy, joyous, and free, or is it going to lead me to a dirty cell for clean addict? You know what I mean? Because they got dirty cells for clean addicts. You can go to jail clean. And so I had to learn how to accept myself on a deeper level. So therefore, I'm not overcompensating. I'm not trying to people please or emotionally blackmail or gaslight or, whatever it is. I'm able to, this is who I am. And there's people that are supposed to be in my life, and there's people that are not for me. I gotta wave bye-bye to the people that are not for me, but it's cool. We don't rock like that. It's great, and I gotta lock arms with people that are for me. But having a deep level of self-acceptance, nobody can make me or break me. Right? I love my wife. I've been married 24 years next month. Love my wife. Right? My ride or die. But if she was to change her mind, it wouldn't kill me. You know what I mean? Before everybody's gonna die. I'll kill your grandmother. You mess with me. You know what I mean? So self-acceptance has allowed me. I'm not killing nobody's grandmother today. I'm not threatening to kill nobody's grandmother. If you change your mind, you can change your mind. I'm free from the stuff from my past. I'm free from the trauma. I'm free from the pain. I'm free from the lies. I'm free from the jacket that people put on me because of the step work in Narcotics Anonymous. And being free is very powerful. We say it for the new people, right? Check it out. More meetings, more choices, right? Less meetings, less choices. No meetings, no choice, right? No good. People with clean time. Check it out. People with clean time. More step work, more freedom. Less step work, less freedom. No step work, no freedom. You see what I'm saying to you? And so I had to learn it. And again, continue is one of the, for people like me, you've been clean for a while and you're in the program and you're doing step work and you sponsor. For me, one of the most important words in the 12 steps is continue. That word in the 10th step. Continue to make meetings. Continue. I didn't want to get up in the morning and speak at 9 o'clock. I'm not a morning person. But listen, continue. Inconvenient service is the best service. You understand? That's the most rewarding service, the inconvenient service, the service you don't want to do. I had to drive 3 hours the other day to speak for 15 minutes. You know what that is, to drive 3 hours to speak for 15 minutes? You know, I didn't want to do it, but yo, Raymond, you drove 3 hours to die. You know, remember that. So you could drive 3 hours for life. And so on and on and on. So, but again, there's a lot more here. The 12 steps is the solution. If you're an addict in recovery, the disease don't want you to do 12 steps. The other thing is I realized, right? Check it out. That I know addicts in England and Sweden and Africa. I've been all over the world before Zoom. Now we're on Zoom. I'm zooming all over. Zoom. Hong Kong, Iran, all over the world. Right? Addicts, check it out. Listen, addicts like me and you, addicts like the ones in these squares, addicts like us are the only people in the world that find something that works and we go do something else. Right? This works for the first time in man's entire history. A simple way has proven itself in the lives of many addicts, right? It's a spiritual, not religious program. Like this works here. Addicts, any addict, fat addict, skinny addict, European addict, Puerto Rican addict, African addict, Swedish addict, atheist, God addict, any addict, straight, lesbian, whatever, however you identify, any addict, check it out, can stop using drugs, which is if that was it, I hit the lotto, because drugs was ravaging me, all right? But that's not it. It's two more parts. Stop using drugs, lose the desire to use. And I don't know about you, but I used to be obsessed. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't take a shower. Let's just go. We do one. Let's just go. My stomach would flip. I gotta go. I gotta just driven by a powerful drive. So anybody can stop using drugs, lose the obsession to use, which that's good money right there, and find a new way of life, And I never thought that I would live like this. I got clean when I was 17 years old. I came into the rooms, a stark raving lunatic. I was bipolar. I had manic depression is what they called it back then. Now I was bipolar. I had manic depression. I was diagnosed schizophrenic, emotional disorder, anxiety disorder. I had mad disorder. I had a lot of stuff, all right? And the 12 steps and the fellowship and the literature and meetings and coffee and tea in England, it changed my life. Well, I stopped smoking cigarettes. I think I would stop smoking. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I didn't think that was a big deal. People clap when you stop smoking cigarettes. Addicts clap for anything. We're like, go ahead, boy, do that. You know what I mean? I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped using profanity. I was like, yo, why would my sponsor said, listen, speak like a mature man. I was like, what do you mean? I'm from Brooklyn. We curse. Sometimes a good curse word emphasizes, it's good in a sentence. He said, "No, man." And then he did the NA literature. He said, "Speak NA language, NA literature." There's no profanity in NA literature. I was like, "Come on, man, you trying to play me?" I stopped cursing. I became professional, right? I went from a punk to a professional, right? I became a professional, providing services for people all over the world and clients and blah blah blah. I became a one-woman man. I'm Puerto Rican from Brooklyn, New York, and my culture, my heritage, with so I ain't got time. But I'm a woman. Yeah. So I got married. I got kids. I raised my daughter, 21 years old. Took her on trips. Took her on school trips. Went to the Science Museum. I showed up for my kids. NA has given me a life beyond my watching. One of the main keys to freedom is self-acceptance. Well, I don't gotta love you and lose me no more. I don't gotta love you. I don't gotta accept things that are unacceptable. You can't speak to me any which way you want to. Not because I'm gonna put hands on you, but because I'm establish boundaries and just not mess with you no more. I love you from a distance. You know what I mean? And so self-acceptance has been a key to freedom. I don't gotta be something I'm not. I don't gotta try to be something I'm not. I don't gotta perform for nobody, right? Sexual performance, where you come from, recovery performance. No more performing. No more performing. The 10 steps said there's true freedom in being who I am. And so I'm very grateful If you're new, you don't know you don't know what exactly you've gotten yourself into. But there's more freedom, there's more love, there's more joy, there's more good stuff waiting for you. There's one promise now. There's one promise, but there's many gifts. Many gifts, many gifts. The third tradition says that with a desire to stop using, third tradition, with a desire, if you have the desire to stop using, it says miracles can happen. Multiple miracles, right? And I've been able to, what I got, my time, 2 minutes, I can't, 5 minutes, I got you. Thank you very much. It says miracles have happened, right? And like I said, I'm in Florida right now. I was able to buy a home to help other people. I don't charge no money. It's free. Like, I'm not trying to make money up. It's free. You know what I mean? I've been doing stuff for free for over 20 years, helping different addicts in different places, right? And I'm not bigging myself up. I'll never be able to pay back the life that I got. And they gave me a life beyond my wildest dreams. Introduced me to higher power, who gave me spiritual freedom and able to heal my, all that stuff. And so I'm very grateful. I'll tell you a story and then I'll get out the way. Okay, if you're new, check it out. This is for the newcomers. All right. There was this newcomer, right? There was this new guy, and there was this village where there was a guru who once a month he would prove to everyone that he knew everything there was to know about everything there's to know about, right? So the time came and this newcomer, I know I'm gonna prove that I'm smarter than the guru. I know more than, and he says, I'm gonna get a little bird. There's a little bird. I'm gonna put it in my hand, and I'm gonna put my hand behind my back, and I'm gonna ask the guru, if you know everything there's to know about everything there's to know about, what do I got behind my back? And if the guru guesses correctly, a bird, I'm gonna ask the guru, is the bird dead or is the bird alive? If the guru says that the bird is alive, I'll snap the bird's neck and I'll present a dead bird. If the guru says the bird is dead, I'll present a live bird, right? I'm going to prove the guru wrong, okay? So the day comes when you're going to prove the guru wrong and says, okay, guru, if you know everything you should know about, what do I have behind my back? And the guru says, well, young newcomer, you have a little bird behind your back. It's okay. That's good. That's good. Is the bird dead or is the bird alive? And the guru paused for a moment. He looked at the little, newcomer, and he said, well, newcomer, it's all in your hands. It's up to you. And if you're new, it's up to you. You got opportunity to get back everything the disease stole from you and more. I got my dignity back. I got my self-respect back. I found purpose in life. All that good stuff is found in the 12 steps of Narcotics, but it's up to you. What you get out of this program is what you're willing to put into it. No excuses, no stories. It's hard for everybody. It sucks for everybody. Change sucks. How free do you want to be? It's all in your hands. Howling Wolf, thank you very much for the invitation. I love you guys. God bless you. I'm an addict. My name is Raymond R.
Love you, my brother. Thank you so much, Raymond. Powerful message, my man. Thank you. That was amazing.